Welcome to the Student Conduct session for Dalton State College. The session will provide a brief and general overview of expectations of behavior for Dalton State students. Why does student conduct exist, you might ask? Well, it's here to protect the rights, health, and safety of the entire campus community. We do that by investigating possible violation of the code's policies and providing a fair process. We also provide educational activities as a way for students to learn new skills to not violate the code in the future, but also provide learning-based events to help students learn how to avoid violating the code in the first place. While movies have misled you to believe that college is always a party, you don't want to take the risk of getting in trouble when graduating with a college degree should be your ultimate goal of college attendance. Anywhere you go, there are rules of what is acceptable behavior. At Dalton State, it is no different. The Code of Student Conduct provides a list of expectations for students about what are appropriate behaviors in an effort to make the campus a safe and healthy learning environment for everyone. The Code also explains our process on campus, which is the process our students are due. Many of the sections of the Code you will be familiar with because they are also illegal behaviors. However, campus policies, such as those related to academic dishonesty, are against the Code but not illegal. We'll cover a few of the sections of the Code in the following slides. However, to read the most up-to-date and complete version of the Code, please visit daltonstate.edu/studentconduct. Plagiarism and cheating make up the largest group of reported violations to the Code of Student Conduct at Dalton State. If a professor does not give express written instructions allowing students to work together on an assignment, even if it's not for a grade, then it is considered cheating. Yes, taking a direct quote and not giving credit is plagiarism, but so is using themes or ideas of another person or changing language around in a sentence. This does not make it your own. This needs to be credited within the text and at the end of your assignment to give proper credit to the original source. Regardless of age, the use or possession of alcohol, drugs, or tobacco products on campus is not allowed. Students who choose to participate in illegal activities will find themselves facing criminal consequences as well as student conduct consequences. No matter how funny you or your friends may think it will be, and no matter how mad you get and just want to throw something, don't do it. You'll be facing the consequences if you do. Disorderly conduct covers a lot of different areas related to a student's actions with another student. Fighting is not allowed. Breach of peace is whenever there is an expectation of quiet and it is disturbed. This could be during test-taking situations or even when residents are trying to sleep in a resident hall. Harassment can take place in person, through a third party, or even through electronic communication. Sexual harassment and sexual assault are covered under Title IX. We'll talk more about that now. Title IX, which is part of the 1972 Education Amendments, was created to prevent discrimination in education based on sex. Most people are familiar with Title IX because of its push for equality in athletics by having schools add women's sports. As of April of 2011, it also came to cover sexual harassment and sexual assault. The Title IX coordinator at Dalton State handles cases involving faculty, staff, and students. The Deputy Title IX coordinator handles all student-on-student Title IX cases with a slightly altered version of student conduct procedures. For example, the complainant and accused don't have to be in the same room together, and the complainant can be switched residence halls or classes if necessary for their safety. Also, both parties have a chance to appeal the outcome of the Title IX hearings. Students should follow directions given by employees or law officers at Dalton State when that person is acting within the role of their position. Students who do not put away a cell phone when instructed to do so by a professor, residents who do not turn down music when asked to do so by a resident assistant, or students who do not leave a certain area when told to do so by a police officer could all be charged with failure to comply. To keep Dalton State safe, it is against policy to set fire to anything on campus, tamper with detection devices, and it is required that everyone in the building evacuate in the case of a fire alarm sounding. Additionally, fire safety hazards listed in the campus housing contract, such as candles, incense, hot plates, extension cords, and space heaters are prohibited in campus housing, and students can be held accountable with student conduct for such infractions. Just like leaving behind a banana peel on the ground where someone may come along and slip, the idea behind harm to self or others is that students need to make intentional choices about their actions and recognize the consequences they can have on others. Hazing is a dangerous practice which endangers the mental or physical health and safety of a student. It's not fun and games, but a serious violation that can cause harm to many. Even if the person being hazed gives consent, it is still in violation of this policy. Others aware or present during hazing who do not make attempts to report it or stop it are also in violation of this rule. The Code of Conduct can also hold students accountable to any written campus policy at Dalton State. This can range from the housing policy to an academic department's dress code. Theft is basically summed up as taking something that is not yours. This can include sharing music, movies, or software that is not licensed for sharing and is both illegal and against the code. Off-campus arrests can affect the campus community. These tend to be drug, assault, sexual assault, and other related charges. Weapons are not permitted on campus unless they are legally possessed by a peace officer. Tasers under Georgia law are considered firearms for these purposes. Any item, even a book or an ink pen, can be considered a weapon if held in a threatening manner and could lead to violation of the weapons policy at Dalton State College. Possible violations are reported, then an investigation takes place, then a student is charged via Dalton State email with 1 week's notice before their hearing. Administrative hearings are for lesser offenses and some first-time offenses. Panel hearings are for repeat offenses or more major offenses, as the panel or student conduct board could suspend or expel students. If suspended or expelled, students do have a right to appeal. Students' records will not be shared with their parents, spouses, or others unless permission is granted or the student's health or safety is in danger. Is there something you're unsure on or want to learn more? Email, visit, or read on our website. Thanks for listening.